Fish Slayer here. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me with this mask on. First of all, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We've got the lights up if you guys can see. Today we're doing another sturgeon fishing video, and that is how to rig up the bait and how to choose the baits for sturgeon. Let's get started. Hello everyone, we're back. So this is the sturgeon rig, as you guys see. If you haven't checked out the last video, please do. I'll link it in the description below. And one of the best baits to use for sturgeon, and what I personally think is the best bait to use, would be any sort of bait fish, either from the sea or like goes from the sea to freshwater. Some of them include shad and herring. These are the best, and almost all anglers, sturgeon fishermen use them. But today I'm just gonna use capelin, and I've got bites on that. It's still a pretty effective bait, and probably because that's the only one I've got right now. So I've got these things frozen, and I just let them freeze for a while. So that's capelin. And sturgeons have a tendency of swallowing their bait through the head. So basically, if it's a sturgeon, it won't like go and like eat it like this. It will go and eat the head first. So that's why we want to hook this way with the head. So basically, just going through the neck-ish spot and then go through out side of the head, and this is gonna work so far. And then, as you see, this is very easy to come off, and that's why we use the egg loop knot. But this, oh, see, I'm just gonna rig it up again. But this one is a little bit big, so what we're gonna do is that we're gonna make like loops. So we're gonna grab a line and just twist it once, and then just enter it through the whole body, and then grab a tie. So after a couple of these, do as many as you want, as that's good for you. Now this is very hard to come off, and even if a fish, let's say, pulls on bait, it's like if this hook comes off, the bait is still on there. So that's how you rig for bait fish. We're gonna show you a couple more baits and how to rig them. And also a note is that same with using shearing or shad and other bait fish, be aware that you don't have the scales cover up your hook point. It's gonna mess with your hookup ratio. So I'm gonna talk about my next best successful bait, and that is gonna be a night crawler. So first of all, I don't want to waste a huge night crawler for this video, so I'm just gonna use a plastic one. And no, please don't use a plastic one. I don't think it's gonna work. It might, but I don't think, theoretically at least, it's not gonna work. So we got this like 5-inch little plastic worm, and no, don't use a plastic worm, use a real worm, okay? And then we're just gonna rig a worm like you're supposed to rig it, like this, and then just this, and goes up. Yeah, like that. And if you think it's easy to fall off, just like loop it once with your like loop now. You see. So now we're just gonna talk here. These two are my favorite baits for sturgeons, and I have shown you how to rig them. Other successful baits would include salmon eggs, let's say, and then we've got all sorts of shrimp or crawdads. These would work. Sand shrimp is especially good in my area of the Pacific Northwest region when fishing for sturgeon. And yeah, that's about it. Some people even say chicken liver, which you use for catfish, is pretty good for sturgeon. So, and I mean, sturgeons, they're bottom feeders. They're kind of like catfish, but like not really at the same time. They have this, I mean, very closer to suckerfish, I guess, because they have their mouths like vacuum plates, and then they just pick up their food. And in the next sturgeon video, if I make it, it's gonna be about how to detect bites and how to fight a sturgeon, and that's really important since they're very big fish. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.